Oh, yes. Have a listen to that. That was so good.
Soundtrack.
G'day and welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials, and today we get to review, you know, I love her, Morissette, and this is a recorded live version that's in question, and I'll call it into question late in the performance when I identify a little visual cue that tells us that this has been done with multiple takes. I know, controversy. Not really. It's just an opportunity for us to be able to learn that it's rare these days that we see a one-take recording where you see multiple videos and angles and cameras and all those sorts of things. And I've chosen to highlight this with Morissette because you know I love her. I have one whole video where I do just wax lyrical about how amazing she is, and I don't think today's video will be any different. But we do go into it understanding that this is almost certainly been worked on in post-edit. There is a lot of post-production that has gone into this vocal. So that can be everything from compression to pitch accuracy to a whole, there's virtually nothing that can't happen in post-edit. I'm not suggesting that, you know, she was singing bum notes and they had to correct it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just simply saying that this is a good opportunity for us to see and talk about how that all works with, you know, reviewing, you know, who I think is one of the outstanding singers on the planet that we know about currently. So this is her singing this song. Please forgive me. I'm going to give this a shot. Ko Nang Bumitaw. Is that even close to right? I'm not. I don't think so. I gave it a shot. Translated, I believe it says the broken marriage vow, and the intensity of this performance really expresses that. Even if you, like me, don't speak the language that this is being sung in, which I believe is Filipino. Morissette is a Filipino singer known as Filipino's Phoenix. Even if you don't speak the language, the emotion, the connection to lyric still comes across. This is a fabulous performance. We'll unpack it as we go. Just enjoy how good this singer is, because as a pop ballad / rock vocal, so good. So good. Notice how she uses breath to create emotion, to create intensity, intimacy. Remembering the topic of this song is about a broken marriage vow. So there's this sense in which it's a conversation that's taking place, and the way the air, she's allowing air to move and to create emotion, and that's something that we as people who are learning to sing, people who want to develop their voice, air, breath, is your key driver of emotion. We use it in everyday language. Oh. You know, these moments of breath are key indicators and key expressors of emotion, and that's exactly what we're seeing Morissette do here. I love the way she did that. Can you hear how she just dropped off that phrase? the tone remains connected, but she just drops it, and it's so in keeping with normal speech. Oh, it happens so quickly you could almost miss it. Have a listen. Again, I don't speak Filipino, so I don't know much about the language. I don't know anything about the language. But what I can acknowledge and really recognize as being quite challenging about singing in the language is the amount of consonant. You can hear that there's a lot of consonant stopping that's constantly being activated. And that the challenge of that when we're singing is that can really create a lot of backstopping of the vocal folds. We can find ourselves almost wanting to accent at the level of the glottis, as opposed to allowing the tongue and the roof of the mouth and sometimes the teeth and the lips to do that work. And you never get a sense that it's falling back. She's always got that activity really present in the mouth. It's very good. She even just puts that little slight, coloring. Have a listen. It's this little squeak at the top, just across the top. The very fact that it's so slight shows you how in command she is of this technique. She uses it quite, obviously a little bit later, but just have a listen. There it is. There it is. You get a little bit more there. Now she builds, so she leaves that breathiness behind because she's building intensity. Nice use of growl there. I've said this about Morissette before. Her choices are second to none. At no point does she ever seem to make a wrong choice. Sometimes it's very rarely. In fact, I'm trying to think of one where I would disagree with her choice, but the point being is she just continually makes great choices. That's what separates the really good to the really great is consistently good choices in the vocal effect or the tonal quality or the ambience of the note. There it is, that little squeal again. Just coloring. Oh, love it. Just have a listen to the. It's almost like if we were to think about it visually, it's just like we get this little lens flare, and it's just this little moment, but it just creates interest and here it is. There it is again. Oh yeah. I want to make a point while I'm watching Morissette and not while I'm watching other Filipino singers. There are so many good Filipino singers. But can I make an observation? And you might disagree, and you'll leave your comments in the notes section below if this is the case. But Morissette stands out to me as one of the foremost Filipino singers because of her ability to connect. Having watched many Filipino singers who have amazing voices, like no question they are vocally very good. But Morissette stands out to me because of her ability to connect with her lyric. With others, I tend to feel like there is almost a disassociation, a disconnect with the emotional status of what they're singing. That is never the case with Morissette. I always feel connected to the lyric. I always feel like she has a real sense of what she is communicating. And that is actually what makes her so good. Yes, her choices, fantastic. Her vocal dexterity, second to none. She is technically very clever, but she's also able to communicate that. She's not presenting the voice simply as this amazing vocal. It's about communicating a message, and that is what good singing, at the end of the day, is all about. Oh, modulation. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. Have a listen to that. That was so good. Oh, that's so good. It's such a small thing. Like, it's just a change of a couple of notes. But it just keeps us lifting. Like, talk about choices. Oh, my goodness, I want to listen to that again. I love the way she's moving into that. You know, just even her, you know, we're talking about her vocal track shapes and her articulation. Her body alignment is quite good too. And for the most part, she's constantly bringing the head back and resetting her alignment, but also bending in. Have a watch of that section where she's constantly keeping that midriff, that center of gravity activated but dynamic, release, so that it's not creating and building tension. Have a watch. Head down. Yeah, lower. That's an interesting, it's such a cool sound, but it takes the voice right to the edge of what we would class as sustainable. But it is sustainable in the sense that she only does it once, and that's the key. Have a listen to the way the voice really, you know, closes down and we get constriction into the tone. Have a listen. Okay, so this is where I want to point out that there is definitely multiple takes having gone on here. So can you see the hair over her left shoulder? There's a piece of hair that's over left shoulder that's coming out here, yeah? In the immediate following clips that we're about to see, the camera angles, that hair is not there. And again, we're not highlighting something that's wrong or bad or naughty, that they've tried to trick us. It's simply a recognition that this is not a single take. This is not live on a stage. This is in a studio setting, certainly set up to be a video studio setting where they've got multiple cameras doing multiple takes, capturing multiple angles. So it was always going to be multiple versions that they then stitch together. Am I suggesting that Morissette has not sung each time with this, that these are not live vocals? Actually, no, I'm not. But that equally does not mean that we're hearing all one single take from beginning to end. Everyone does it this way. So this is not this is not Morissette suddenly trying to pull the wool over our eyes. This is just us learning about how they do it. So watch for the hair over the left shoulder. It's on camera right now. Now let's go in and let's watch the following clips. It miraculously disappears. It doesn't. It's just that the hair hasn't done that. Following clips. That's disappeared. See how it's not there anymore? Different take. The hair is in a different position. Again, not a bad thing. Just us learning that what we see as a finished and end result is not always what we're led to believe it is. And that hair is back in place. Interesting. So good. She's so good. I do love her. I think she's fabulous. To be honest with you, that's not my favorite Morissette song / performance, in part because I do know there's a lot of post-production going on. And so what I want you to do, leave your top 3 performances, live performances, in the comments section below. Let me know, what are your top performances by Morissette, the Filipino Phoenix, and I'll be keen to check them out and perhaps even do a review. She is so good. Oh dear, she is so good. I very much look forward to, I'm going to do more Morissette reviews because there is so much to learn from what she does and how she does it. So make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss my next one. I do these vocal analyses every week and I very much hope to see you again soon. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.